We're going to be cleaning up, by we I mean me, I'm going to be cleaning up everything you see in here that's not part of the new build. So the table, the hutch, the bookcase, all the crap on the ground, that's going to be the job for today. Now that the power is done, network's done, all the walls are done, all the shelves are done, and the center table is complete. Well, as much as I could do before Chase gets back. So that's the plan. Let's get to cleaning.
No, this is just
some mock-up.
Trying to get my spacing.
Oh, okay.
And figuring out what I got a notch here.
Makes sense.
That is
We're making
the
tables.
last cut that I need to do.
Somebody's a pumpkin.
Mm-hmm. Turning it that way.
It's like, hey. Oh, we got all the network installed, and we actually had to redo 2 of them on the inside of the desk. And Chase is putting all the screws in, so that pretty much finishes up the middle, right? Oh, we still got to put the cup holes in eventually one day, and the grommets for the cables to go down into the bottoms, but that's pretty much it. We also finished up the projector, so on the ends, we've got this 5-cable coax and crimped these RCA connections on it, and this will go to the console area, and then it goes all the way through there, all the way up there, all the way over, and into the back of the projector. Quick, get a tan. The white exposure on this is too much. So what are we doing? Explain.
Right now we're smoothing the paint.
And then what?
I don't know.
We put the lacquer on, right?
Then we put the
clear coat on.
Yeah, then we put the clear coat on.
So we're sanding down the paint job. Mm-hmm. And so we did white accents on the wood legs, and then on the console cubby we did all black. And then we put this clear coat gloss on everything to really finish it up. All right. So there's the console cubby. We've got the 360 tapes, Dreamcast, N64, selector. All right, and if we did this right, yes! Now we have reclining in the garage.
Except we're not telling anybody, so leave that video out because only me and Robert need to know about it.
Okay, the tables are done. So now we got to work on the shelves that are going over the tables. And that's where you're going to find room to put your tower. So I showed you the console cubby already set up. And we centered the couch to the console cubby, and we moved the projector over about 1.5 feet, and we moved the projector screen the same distance so that it fits right in front of the couch. So that's you don't have to strain by looking over to the right the entire time. It's all centered now in the room, just barely off center from the middle of the room. Well, that took some time, but I'm happy all the tables are done. So now we're going to be working on the shelves that are going to go right above. Alright, well, we got this entire wall here finished, and as you can see, we've got the spot for the top and the bottom. And now we got to work on this guy, which means I'm going to have to cut notches where all the pipes come down, because the platform for your towers are going to go right above the plugs here. So that's the next step, is getting these pieces cut out, and that's pretty much the end of it. I also finished up the console cubby, so all the consoles are in there. They're all cable managed, everything's in there great, and it all leads up to the console selector switch. And I routed the USB cables underneath to go to where I have the peripherals for Rock Band mounted. So I modeled and 3D printed these stands here for the Rock Band periffs, and they just fit like that. And they held on pretty well, but I do like to have the hair tie on there just to be safe. And then the Rock Band microphone comes out the bottom as well. I'll probably do something with this cable, not sure about that yet, but everything else is hidden underneath and hidden underneath here. The Rock Band drums come out there and go like that, and then there's a USB hub hidden somewhere around there for all 4 things to plug into, and then the controllers just plug into the front. Pretty cool. There we go. Computer shelf on this wall is complete. Cut in the notches to get the pipes around, no problem. And there's L brackets on the top and on the bottom, just in case. A little extra bit of security. The only thing I'm not able to do cleanly are the holes for these grommets. I went ahead and did this one because it's right on this piece here, but this is by hand with a rotozip, and it's not the cleanest cut. So I'll have to wait till Chase comes back with the correct size hole saw and put the remaining holes in for the grommets. But other than that, the garage pretty well done. There's only a couple things left to do. The webcam that I put way up in the corner doesn't seem to like the fact that it's plugged into like 3 extension cables to go all the way around to the room and into the little server there. So what I'm going to do probably is set it up in that corner, if it'll reach with 1 long extension cable, or USB repeater in fact, and just get what I can from there and just call it good enough. When I sing it, it'll also get whatever's playing on the projector, so people can see we're playing Rock Band or something. That'd be kind of neat. And then the last thing I think we're going to worry about is getting the RGB going. Stay tuned. Alright, real quick update to the RGB. What we did was I ran the strip of RGB, and I just have it taped up here. The adhesive really doesn't like this wood, but it's pretty secure up here. Goes into here, and instead of running that floodlight that I showed you before, we have it running into this little box. If you can see that very well. But this box converts the signal from the computer and the power into RJ45 connectors. And then we have a 2-way splitter that takes that signal out to this side of the garage, as well as this side of the garage. And I soldered on another RJ45 connector and plugged it into the back of the floodlights. So when we hit the lights, we get room scale RGB. And if we turn off these lights, not bad at all. Alright, here's the webcam. So I just have it zip tied to hell on this pipe here. It doesn't get hot or anything like that, but it gives you pretty much this view right here. So you still get the vast majority of the garage, and I made it just low enough so it doesn't hit the RGB strips. So if we come over to the computer, this is what it sees. Okay, so we're back outside, and we're going to do something similar to what we did on the other side of the house with the power. We ran in that box a network cable that we're going to use for people that are on the overflow for the side. But for the overflow here in the back of the house, where we've got the the shade, we went ahead and bought this breakout box. It's just a single box here, and we're going to put a female network jack in here through a Cat 6 cable that's going to be permanently mounted to this pole. I'm still using this conduit cable that we had, or excuse me, this just conduit that we had from the carport that fell apart and we saved the poles out of. And with very little drilling or dremeling, it pretty much was a perfect fit to go in this here. So that's going to be mounted on this pole, and we'll have a permanent network cable for out in the back too, where we'll be able to fit a whole bunch more people during LAN-a-thons, making setup even that much more easier. Okay, there it is, finished, and as you would expect, it gets 1 gigabit per second out here, Cat 6, and the conduit goes up the pole, around, a little bit of wire exposed right there, but not going to worry about it until that weird bend, and then over, and then into the attic. Okay, we're back in the garage, and today we're going to be installing the headphone holders that are going to go to the right of every computer. So we went ahead and put all the loaner rigs up to do some game patching. New version of Artemis came out, installed that, and now it's time to install the headphone holders. And we got these at the dollar store, and they're just universal tool hooks, but they work really great to hold controllers, headphones, etc. Just put 2 screws in the wall and call it a day. So we wanted to get the positioning perfect so that when people come, it's really obvious. Put your headphones right there, and should work out pretty good. With only a few more grommets to put back in to the top for the cords to come down, Chase had to leave last weekend, and we weren't able to put all the grommet holes in. So I've got this hole drill that is exactly the same diameter as the grommets we're putting in, which means when you try to put it in there, it fits exactly the same hole size. So if this was like 5% smaller, it would just slip right in. So what I'm doing is I'm heating it up so that when I slip it into the hole, I can actually form it to the hole size. So it looks the same from the outside. It's got maybe a tiny little bit of ripple in it when it's done cooling, but when it's all said and done, it fits in there very, very well. And I don't have to wait to see Chase again and have him have to bring all of his tools out to get these in there. Real simple solution. And then once it's nice and dry, and see it's now the shape of the hole, we can put some hot glue around the border brim here. And it fits right back down in the hole. And once that dries, it won't go anywhere. Alright, this is big news, guys. So Silverstone sent us these awesome fan grills. You can check out our unboxing of these fan grills up here. But for now, they're all done. So on these 120mm Delta server fans that pull air out of the rafters and help keep the room cool as we can manage, we have integrated into our light solution our fans. So if we come over here and flip the switch, party light mode should be that much more awesome. And there we go. So whatever color we do in Artemis, or just turning them on to have a little bit more flourish when we're in just gaming, we got another whole wall covered in lights, so that's really cool. I was able to fairly well integrate them into our existing lights. As you can see, there's a little bit of miscommunication, but when we're playing Artemis, there is none. It's perfect when we go to red alert. All of them turn red. When we go to shields up, they all turn bright blue. And when we get hit, they all flicker like crazy. So that is the purpose of the lights, and I think it turned out really well. So huge shout out to Silverstone. If you're interested in getting your 120 or 140mm fans, turn them into something RGB that you can use for your new motherboard, but you don't want to get rid of your old fans or cases, this is a pretty good way to go, and you don't have to get rid of anything. and the controller actually came with 2 more 1-foot strips, so I was able to put those, this bridge, this gap here, and I actually use them as extensions. So huge shout out to Silverstone. But hey, that's pretty much it. We're getting ready for Landathon now. I've got the loaner computers all running updates and patches, and we're just basically waiting for Friday. So if you're in the area and you want to come and hang out and do a 4-day LAN or 3-day LAN, depending on the event with us, drop by. You can always see when we're going to have these LAN events by going to sandiegolan.net, or check us out on social media at San Diego LAN, one word. And please subscribe to this channel. If we do any more updates, you know we're going to make a video about it, and we'll do highlight reels showing on this channel, unboxing, reviews, that kind of thing. And we'd love to have you along for the ride. So appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more things like this. Have a great day.